Let's go!
I want to check out what happened on the Kombat Cast. I missed what happened on the Kombat Cast. I want a Kombat Cast, a Kombat Cast. Come on.
Going to talk about some new
Skip ahead a whole
stuff.
bunch.
We have a few interviews. With
Let's talk about it. Let's look at what's going on.
Things in the game. So it's going to be a real
lot of good stuff in here. Okay, okay,
we got
okay.
some new stuff coming, so can't wait to go over it.
Everyone's
Pretty
talking about
much
new stuff.
Every aspect of the game has something fresh and new and exciting. It's a really, really exciting.
Let's watch the full
We're trying to get
countdown.
to a lot of that today. As you know, most of you, hopefully the Noob Saibot trailer came out last week. And we would like to just, in case you haven't seen it,
It was extra dark.
show it one more time.
I think it was intentional how dark it was. I'm gonna get the rate the fatal again.
There he is, Noob Saibot.
That'll put my channel under a specific category.
Very goth, cool character.
Very
Dangerous
edgy.
terrorist.
He's real mad,
Looking at
too.
only fatalities.
Very fun.
Put him in a
I've been
category.
messing around with them. Enjoyable. Super. I'm just the crazy portals. Like that's the thing that I just love, all the portals and the.
There's a lot going on.
And you'll see during the walkthrough the portals can be a lot of them. So things can happen. So that's
I wanna
my
see.
favorite part. Is I just
I'm really
enjoy
curious
that.
about Noob. I'm hoping Noob ends up being hella
I gotta
fun.
go with the fatality. I love the very end when the Shadow Clone rips out their spine and skull. It reminds me of Sub-Zero's Deadly Alliance fatality, where he reaches out the back and rips out their skeleton.
Subscribe to Only Fatals.
You know, there's Sub-Zero, becomes Noob Saibot, uses his clone.
You still don't like his new look? I think it just depends. I gotta see more of it. I gotta see it in action.
Me, I like the
Exotic,
Animalities.
thank you.
It's just like a classic throwback to Noob's fatality from MK9. Like
Make-A-Wish.
Make-A-Wish. Make-A-Wish, but with alligators.
Yep.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I love the alligator and then the shadowy alligator. He's always got his good friend.
The
with him,
Shadow Gator.
Him in a shadow, absolutely.
So we have a lot of stuff to go over today, and DK, this is going to be the DK time
Segment?
segment.
Yeah,
You're
let's
going to do
go
a
with
lot
it.
of talking here.
We got some stuff to talk about.
So there's a lot
sure.
of things to talk about. Let's go ahead and start that out.
Okay, terrific. So we've got a new season of Invasions, season 8. It is the season of the Dark Dragon, where Liu Kang is the invading force, and he's gone mad with power, and so he's brought his army of constructs with him to take.
I
over
love
this
gold!
timeline. And so this is just kind of an.
I don't know if
example of
invasion
some
stuff is gonna get me
skins,
super
powers that
hyped.
We'll unlock through playing this season of Invasions, along with what will be in the seasonal shop. And we have more about the seasonal shop, but we'll get to that later.
Sure.
Also, this season we have new mini games. We have things called arcade, which are arcade machines that you beat up. Some of them have a little bit of chaos going on, but you'll be rewarded currency, so coins, crowns, or seasonal currency. We also have missions where you have to protect a cashew. Okay,
That's my favorite.
There are zombies after cashew, and you gotta keep them safe. Okay. We also have
Invasions did get better.
mini
That's good.
map. That's right. We have a mini map for each one of the mesas that really points out where chests are, the bosses are, more of those POIs for you to have a clear understanding.
Skip to
of where to
36
go.
minutes for gameplay changes.
People have asked for.
Yes.
So you can now see where you're going.
Oh, there's a
where
lot
you've
of
been,
talking.
etc.
We also have dedicated shops that sell.
I'm tempted.
components.
Don't tempt
I
me.
heard some feedback from the previous season that people really want to be
Don't
able to
tempt me.
target being able to get components. So we made sure that some of the larger mesas have dedicated component shops, so for people to go and find.
Don't
and
tempt me. I
explore.
think I really want to know about the
We have a
gameplay
new
stuff. That's what has me the
Titan,
most curious.
Which I'm very excited for. It's pretty big.
He's very big.
It's pretty big. And of course, we will have the free trial towers for Sector, Cyrax, and Noob. So if you haven't had the chance to pick them up yet, you will be able to. Are you ready for some more new stuff?
A lot of new stuff. Let's
What
keep going.
more could there be?
So we will be having online practice as well. Online practice
What
will
about-
be
that
an
wasn't there?
update for everybody, just so that you're
Good
aware.
Lord,
Go out
that
there,
wasn't
go
there
spar with your
already?
Friends, send them an invite. You guys can just do a little practicing against each other online, and that will be available, of course, with this update as
You
well.
could play someone, lose, and instead of complaining on social media, work with them to improve.
Or you may just want to spar with a friend.
You could also do both. You
What?
could lose, complain on social media, and then also try to get better.
All these things are options.
Absolutely. And then we're going to start going over some of the free stuff for everybody with this update. But first, we're going to start with Animalities. if you're unaware, just for getting the update of Chaos Reigns, everybody gets access to the new
Animalities.
Animalities. That's for the base roster characters, along
Right.
with the DLC characters. Everybody has an Animality.
But will the guest characters have animalities?
Well, you know, they're guest characters. Of course they will.
Absolutely.
Wow, I was
So
not expecting that to be that
There's
way.
some rippers. There's some good ones.
One I'm thinking of in
Guest
particular
character
right
animalities?
now, it's Peacemaker, but continue.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell is Arnie going to turn into?
They are awesome, but like I said, those are free for everybody, and we'll go over some more free stuff here in a minute. I think we've got...
Yeah, we do have an interview I did earlier with Josh Slingerland about Animalities that we're going to show you right now.
Yeah, tell me how much
All
work
right,
went into
everybody, another
animating
interview here
animals,
on the cast.
like full-size
Right here,
animals
who do we have with us?
with attack
Hey guys,
animations.
Josh Langland, principal artist here at NetherRealm, and my job is directing all of the real-time cinematics here.
So today we're going to talk just briefly about what has returned to Mortal Kombat 1, Animalities.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. We are so excited to talk about this feature. We've been working on this for months and months and months, and it's just cool to finally get it out there and
Right.
and starting to see some of the reactions to some of the small clips we've kind of already put out there already.
Because there are a lot of Animalities.
Got a lot, man.
Let's talk about like what was sort of the decision? Like why bring back Animalities?
Yes. So Animalities, we've been talking about bringing back for a little while now. As I'm sure most of you fans know, we brought back, I think, every finisher now at this point. We brought back the Babalities. we
Bullshit,
brought back the
Nudalities are not
Brutalities,
back, bro.
we brought back Friendships last game.
They didn't bring back
Now, I
the
believe
hidden
Animalities are the only
Nudalities
one that
back
we
from
haven't,
MK1 and 2.
Brought back
There's
yet.
gonna be
Wait,
there's gonna be a lore head who proves us wrong there, but hey, we're sticking with it right now.
I'm
The
usually
Nudalities
So,
were the
anyways,
legit OG. Those were the only legit players were the ones that did
it's
Nudalities
time,
back
you
in the
know,
day.
Like, it's been since MK3, a couple days ago when we released that game,
Okay, right.
it's just so cool to bring this back. You know, next gen graphics, new engine, things are looking hot, and I couldn't be more pleased with what the team has kind of done with this feature so far.
So what's your favorite part about Animalities? Just the nostalgia. What are you excited
All of the
about?
above. It's you know, like it's a refreshing you know, creative kind of endeavor for everybody on the team to, you know, come up with what is every character, what are they going to transform into? Let's make sure it fits their character. What are they going to do once they've transformed into that animal?
Where's the
and
Harakiris?
we
Yeah,
kind of
I
take
guess
from
so.
there,
Yeah. So I guess that also probably brought up a lot of challenges. Like what if you could
Sure.
figure out what kind of challenges were really present here with bringing back
Animating full-size
A lot of
animals
fun
seems pretty hard.
Again, it was, you know, we're making all these animals from scratch, and they look gorgeous, by the way. I'm really excited for you guys to see all of them. The making sure like the fur on some of our furrier guys looks really good in our engine. That was something new that we had to kind of like, you know, dig deep into. And then just kind of coming up with, you know, wow, it's not the character killing them, it's the animal going to kill
Right.
them, and making sure that things feel authentic and but also unique from every other character.
Sounds good. Do you have, of all the Animalities that are in this game, do you have a favorite?
I knew this was going to come up. I don't have a favorite. There are so many great ones. But I do want to say this. I can't leave here empty-handed. I did bring a little clip I'd like to share. I've been maining Takeda a lot recently.
Okay.
Smart man.
So, I was like, hey, why don't we
Wonder if
show,
Takeda's
why
gonna
don't we
get any
show
buffs
his
because he's not
animalities? So,
great.
Maybe a little world
He's a big
premiere
combo
here
guy with a lot of
of,
damage, but I'm curious if
brand
he's going to
new,
get any actual buffs.
animality that,
His normals are pretty shit.
no one's seen yet. So.
Well, thank you, Josh, for coming by.
Yeah,
This has
buddy.
been awesome.
Thanks so much, man.
Great to have you. And here we
Yeah,
go.
his kunai hits low, but that was old.
World premiere, Takeda's
I
Animalities.
can't imagine that did much because it always should have been that way. Yeah, this is the shades of MKX stuff, yeah. Damn, this looks insane.
All right. right, and there it is. Takeda's
Pretty cool.
Octopus, one of my favorites. Thank you.
That is
Josh,
one of my favorite fatals in
for talking
MKX as
about
well.
Animalities.
Is the
Yay, I'm back.
that stage
what else we have
fatality?
done.
Sure,
Where you get
sure.
the arm that grabs you and rips
How
you
is that
in.
possible?
I know! All right, so there's been a lot of speculation of what the Warrior Shrine is. And what the Warrior Shrine is it highlights the top 5 players of Kombat League every season. And so what you'll be able to do is scroll through all the previous seasons and see who were the top 5 players of each season. I know it's amazing. In Season 3, myself, Stephanie, Dizzy, Nicastro, and Paulo were able to be the top 5 players.
Yeah, we're
I know.
very, very strong players.
We are amazing. That's a lie. We just kind of mocked this up just to kind of give you.
Oh, is
guys
that
a
is that
first
counting
look at
between
it.
crossplay and everything?
You did. You just very
Curious.
really missed it.
Very cool. You can see the art there.
You got pissed with this? Were you expecting it to be something else?
One of the coolest stages.
Was
in
it like
history.
teased or something
So
like that?
Those top 5 players will be immortalized.
It effectively affects .00000000001% of the audience.
So the shrine, also not the Warrior Shrine,
The dragon
the
one.
dragon
Fire-spitting
yeah,
dragon shrine.
will be updated with new cameo brutalities for all the cameos. So you just go ahead.
Cameo brutals.
So go to the shrine, throw some coins in there, and get some new cameo brutalities. What else is
Cool.
new, Tyler? I'm going to tell you. The seasonal store. The seasonal store now has new brutalities for all characters, including the DLC characters. There's 2 per character. And they're going to be there forever. So usually with our seasonal store, it kind of resets each
roll
one
around,
of the seasons and stuff like that. These will always be there. So when we go into another season or whatnot, those are forever.
It kind of sucks that my ass stopped doing brutalities entirely when they would put my YouTube channel under a category of like threatening, you know?
This season.
When they started like threatening my YouTube
Yes.
channel.
You thought we were done.
I didn't.
No, we're not done.
Brutalities in general. You kill a character through a brutality, and all of a sudden, you can't monetize. Plus 18. All of your other videos got to get checked too because you're apparently a dangerous person.
Also have
It's like, whoa, shit. Okay, got to be careful.
Like a day-night sort of cycle. In addition to that, everybody will get 5 new stage variations too. So like the Whoosh Academy now has a different sort of chaos-like themed variation that everybody will get.
Sindel's throne room has the damaged.
We better not show your videos to anybody else.
We did an interview
Type of
today with
category.
Corey, from the environment team about the new stages, and I think we should take a look at that video right now. All right, now we have a special interview with my friend. Yes,
I like to think we're friends. Yeah.
I like this. I like to hear that. We're going to talk about stages today. Can you introduce yourself before we do?
Yeah, I'm Corey Billett. I'm on the environment team here at NRS.
Awesome. And you and your team had a hand in building all of these stages out.
Yeah, a lot of people have worked very hard to kind of make new things for fans to get to experience 4 stages to do violence and destruction in front of.
Excellent. So we've now entered our chaos era. How did you and the team imprint Havoc's personality onto a lot of these new stages?
Well, so for the new era for Liu Kang, we got to kind of do the more tranquil, beautiful spaces. Havoc doesn't really follow that mindset. He's a little bit more destructive and violent, so we got to play on some of those aspects for the new stages, kind of embracing more of that gritty MK vibe a little bit more, and definitely playing with physics in interesting ways, cosmic colors and stuff, because it's not Earthrealm as we know it. It's a different space entirely, so we really tried to push that, and hopefully it's clearly recognizable in the stuff we did.
Well, let's see that. You brought along some kind of stage pans. Let's start with the Chaosium, and if you could kind of go through sort of what that all represents.
MK's always been gritty.
So Chaosium
well, MK1 at the
is
start was
a
not. It was sort of
arena
beautiful in many
Havoc
ways.
and a lot of
They
his
tried to make it.
masochistic
They tried to make
friends
it
are performing
gorgeous.
murder games
You know,
kind of 24/7,
some stages were gross,
doing
but
violence
there was a
on
very big
people
tonal
both willing and
difference
not
because it's
willing.
Liu Kang's
This is
new
just
world.
like I said, it's just a space.
So yeah, you
where
feel
he
that.
kind of runs.
Where it's
his
just like, this
games
has a different
from
vibe than the other
House of
MK
Thrones
games, you know?
simulator. So there's a ton of like. When you're actually fighting in here, there's a ton of just animations and activity going on. It's just a very intense space.
Then they show, yeah,
Awesome.
the
That's a great one.
fucking,
That's beautiful.
like,
Some different
absolutely
colors we
filleted
used, some different
flesh
palettes,
pit
sort of.
guy.
Yeah,
It's like,
very
ugh.
colorful skies and everything. Hopefully
Right.
that's pretty obvious.
Really cool, but also still, like you said earlier, like what the fans. I mean, we hear about it a lot. The gritty Mortal Kombat feel too.
Yeah, we did the beautiful side. Now we kind of want to do a little bit more of the gritty, violent MK side.
And as an artist, that's probably fun too, because you did all the the beautiful flowers.
I mean, there
the
are
colors.
so many ways you can display skulls and just violence, and we're running. I mean, we've tapped that well pretty significantly, but there's still a lot we can pull out of that.
Sure. What has been your favorite part of the new stages or working on them?
I think just the ability to do interesting and weird things. Again, being it is like our chaos timeline, we can play with physics, we can play with things in an interesting way. We pushed NPCs and just kind of the lifelessness of things. Like Tea House, for example, was a stage with a lot going on. Chaos EM that we just looked at is another one where there's just going to be a lot going on, and we push that in all of the new stages.
And that's one of the things that I've always liked about the stages too, is that they have a life. They're a character almost.
Hopefully, if we did our job, yeah.
Right.
Hopefully.
There's things happening in the background. Like, what are they doing? What are they?
Exactly.
They're buying food. What's going on? They're having fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy that. Real quick, in addition to the new stages, what else should fans be looking for in what you've created?
Outside the totally new stages, we also had the opportunity, obviously, to kind of we revisit in our story some of the stages fans might know well. We got the ability to do fresh takes and remixes on those, kind of showing what happens when Havoc enters the scene. So I know we have like Fire Temple, that is the seat of Liu Kang's power. We get to then see kind of what Havoc does when he enters the neighborhood, and he's essentially spits on, Liu Kang's
Havoc better be good as shit. He's like the primo character, and he was fucking balls, like bottom 2 shit forever.
And it's just
he better be amazing now, dude. I know, because I suffered. He was my main, because I was an idiot.
That was cool.
And if you like fire, it's cool.
He better be. He better go from bottom 2 to top 5.
Previously in MK1. We got one more stage. First of all, anything you'd like to say before we're going to show one more stage and then sign off with this interview? But
before we show the last one, just want to say thank you to the fans. There's been a lot of just really positive feedback for stages, and in a fighting game, that's totally not expected.
Maining Havoc has hurt. It
should be the focus, but we've seen just the appreciation for.
It caused problems,
and that's really awesome to see. So just thank you for that, and we're very excited.
It was so weird that of all the characters in this game, I vibed towards Havoc's gameplay the most. I don't get it. Thank God for Takeda,
Get the game for yourself.
Right. So before we go, let's take a look at the at Havoc Citadel.
Yeah. So for Havoc Citadel, this is a kind of endless void of winding pathways, all disintegrating and kind of tearing apart.
That bitch took away a few years of my life.
And it's just really, I think, shows some of the physics stuff I mentioned earlier, where we get to mess with things in a way that don't feel like Earthrealm. There's a lot of just weird, spacey stuff going on.
And why do I like making shit hard for myself?
Yes.
What am I doing?
And I give huge props to the team.
I need to start playing
where it's inherently chaotic.
Cable,
a ton of winding
Captain Commando, and Sentinel.
Composed, but I think they really did a great job of making something feel.
What am I doing to myself?
For something that is just so random and chaotic.
That's an interesting quote. Intention behind chaos.
Yeah, finding the intention behind chaos.
Right, like that's difficult.
The only thing I don't hurt myself is an MVC1, where I actually play, a good team that I'm good with.
So hopefully it's reflected.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, exactly. As much as we can.
Corey, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, thank you.
These stages, of course, are coming in Mortal Kombat 1.
Yes.
And back to the stream. Awesome. Thank you, Corey, for
this is all pre-recorded, and I love it.
See the overview of
these should be pre-recorded anyway. There's no reason to have these be live,
I want to kind of show you what they're
There's no like direct audience interaction in most of these streams. So there's very reason why they would need to be
they look really cool.
live, just pre-recorded, do a bunch of cool editing shit in it.
I want to talk about, which I know you're all very excited about, and then of course Noob. DK, there's one more big thing we want to talk about.
It's very real. If there's no direct chat interaction, then I don't see a reason why you should have it
said one more thing.
be live.
One more thing. All right. So for Chaos Reigns, I'm going to read from a piece of paper. I hope everybody's all right with that. For Chaos Reigns, we have removed the Gateway Mesa, and we have replaced it with the new Towers of Time. Towers of Time is also accessible from the main menu. Towers of Time is a combination of the Gateway Mesa and the MK1
I don't know what a Mesa is.
Experience.
This is new to me.
There are 9
Never seen a Mesa in my life.
Available to the player. The front 3 towers are persistent towers. The first tower is the arcade tower with no modifiers, and players can unlock ladder endings, and they're just quick matches with ladder endings.
Okay.
The second tower is our
this is getting closer to what
we've had in the Gateway with previous
MK11 did, right?
The seasonal tower gets progressively more difficult after each completion.
This is a bit closer to MK11.
Seasonal exclusive cosmetics.
I'm seeing all this timer shit, which was what the hell made MK11 and the rewards in.
The third tower is the Legacy Tower. After each completion, players will unlock unobtainable pallets from previous seasons of Invasions.
That's cool.
With later updates, will continue to add additional cosmetic items to that loot pool.
Yeah, I know. This is what made most of you guys play the shit ton of MK11 and Injustice 2.
Series of procedurally generated towers that change every hour.
Those procedural towers in those old games,
range from very
people put so much time into them, man.
Hard, going from left to right. The final back row of towers is dedicated to our live content.
And they would get me too, but only for like the first month.
You'll be able to play the character demo towers for Sector, Cyrax, and Noob. So if you haven't purchased them yet, you can try them out in the Towers of Time. There's exclusive player module pieces for completing the demo towers for each of those characters. Anytime we have a live event or holiday event, they will populate this back
They sucked
row.
in MK11. They were really bad at launch.
Now, let's dig a little
At launch,
deeper.
they were not good. They were
When you press
super
the start
hard.
button, this will bring up the Towers of
But they
Time
eventually
menu.
fixed them.
There are 3 active challenges. Each challenge rewards points. All challenges
Everything got
must
very
be
orange.
completed in Towers of Time environment. Once an easy or hard challenge is completed, it is replaced with a new challenge.
The Robin staff. Don't get me started. I still never got it.
Hard challenges reward different crafting components, consumables, or relics. That brings us to the weekly challenge. The weekly challenge rewards dragon crystals. The weekly challenge can only be completed once per week. The weekly challenge also rewards
Isn't
a
dragon
generous
crystals the
amount
shit that
of
you use to
Towers of
actually
Time
buy
points.
skins?
What do these points do, you might ask?
I was going to ask.
I know.
That's not a lot,
These
though,
points
right?
Contribute to a bi-weekly player versus player competition within Towers of Time. Once the timer runs out, players are rewarded items based on their final placement, and a new competition begins.
Very, very exciting.
All right. For launch of Chaos Reign, only challenges will be rewarding points. But very soon, we're going to be adding points to towers. So the harder the tower, the more the points that you'll receive upon completion. We just really want to massage the numbers and things like that before we, push it out to everybody.
Right.
So there it is.
Nice job, DK. That was well. You read slowly, concise. Like it was very well done.
I just learned how to read.
I never learned to
So anyway,
read.
Thank you, Derek. That's gonna be awesome. Towers of Time returning to for
Chaos Reigns.
Chaos Reigns. Yeah, exciting. We now some more exciting stuff to talk about.
More exciting stuff.
We are going to talk about some. I got quite a few little balance things we want to talk about that I think you'll all really enjoy. Again, we're not
We
gonna
gave
do
everybody
everything
an air
in balance
dash.
today because there's a lot of stuff coming.
Where are the patch notes?
Where are the patch
Where
notes?
are the patch
Where are the
notes?
patch notes?
They will be coming. We're first going to start out with. We'll be showing videos with all of these. The first one we're going to show is a little video with Garrus and Omni-Man. Let's take a look.
Oh no. Garrus? I have no idea what's different on this dude. Well, that seems gross. All right, Omni guy, what's going on? Beep, beep. Oh, that seemed to combo pretty easily.
All right, now
That
again,
seemed
you
like
can
a
probably
relatively
play back
normal
these videos
Omni-Man
if you wanna
combo.
See what happened, but what happens there is, for this one, Omni-Man's forward 2, where he kind of dashes at you and punches, now gives you a little ground bounce. Now, if you're in the corner, that's awesome because you can do a corner combo.
I
right there.
see.
But
His overhead.
if you can also use it for a cameo to help pick up the combo.
Yeah,
after the
Omni-Man's
forward 2.
legendary back
And
shot
Garrus
leads
is
to a ground
for
bounce
3 down
now.
bounces, so you can use the double time move where he makes a clone of himself to continue combos, or you can use again a cameo to help out with that combo as well.
What are we bouncing to next, bud?
We're going to bounce to Kung Lao. Let's take a look.
No. You gave him the MKX shit? No. Why is Lao Hat still going to be the best thing he's
Kung
got?
Lao now has an orbiting hat. For duration, he'll put a hat around you. if the enemy is hit, they are stunned. So you can use this for protection, or hell, just throw out a random teleport and see what happens, you know?
That's how I roll.
So that's a new thing for Cameo Kung Lao. Orbiting Hat, we've seen him before, but it works a little differently here. Nice. Let's see.
Is Lao pretty balanced now? Okay.
The character now.
Was assumed they actually just took away his hat over time. That shit looks new. What the hell?
All right, now Kung Lao now has an aerial hat toss.
Huh?
You can use.
That's a buff you can really hang your hat on.
There we go. And if the EX version of that is really good for combos. So there's another tool for Kung Lao to continue combos and kind of deal with people in the air. And you can also do it pretty low off the ground, too. So it can be used a lot of places throughout the screen. We have 2 more videos we're going to show you. The first one is awesome. A little bit of Shang and Shijinko buffs. Let's take a look at those.
Shujinky Dink? What the hell?
So, from that video, you're going to notice that Shijinko now has new combo string, where you can do a punch into a kick, which is a crumple stun, which allows you to do combos. He also has a kick into an overhead chop. So, some new moves for Shijinko to get in there. Old Shang, when you're playing as Old Shang, he has forward 3-4, which is a double hitting low, a new string. Stephanie, let's talk about all Shangs.
Well, showing that an old dog can learn new tricks.
Ooh.
There we go.
Shang has a move where you do the input and he will morph into the opponent's cameo, perform one of their moves, and then morph back. For example, if he's fighting someone using Cameo Sonya, he will morph into Sonya.
Omega 5 head
grab,
shit to do
back.
Shujinko morphing Shang combos.
Do the little grab, morph back. And all these attacks also have EX moves which make them stronger. A lot of them are combo starters, they recover faster. For example, the leg grab will pop them up.
And it's not randomized. If you get the same
Correct.
one, you're not
Yes.
guessing which cameo move you're morphing into.
Right.
That's
Everyone will
super
get
cool.
their regular and EX versions of one of their cameo moves that he'll morph into.
Right. We got one more video to show you. I know there's been a lot of videos. Thanks for sticking with us. You've seen this one before.
This is what
We wanna
people
talk
want.
about it real quick.
People actually want this stuff.
Let's see Sonya's dive kick. Ooh. All right, now Sonya has a dive kick. It's an overhead. It's a summon, so it won't like save you from mistakes.
Right.
But it's really good for offense. A really good way to start a combo that starts overhead. And you'll also notice, maybe for you eagle-eyed Takeda players, forward 2 is now special cancelable.
Sprinkle that in.
Just sprinkle it in.
Sprinkle that in.
Little nugget.
Little nugget. So, but
I'm trying to remember what the forward 2 is on Takeda again.
Of the show, we got Noob Saibot.
Saibot.
And before we start, let's talk about Noob. Who is Noob? What is Noob?
Well, Noob debuted in
Yeah, the
MK2 as
poke
one of the
whip,
3
right?
secret characters. To get to him, you had to win 50 fights in a row.
Hey!
And he started off as just a black silhouette of a ninja. He could do Scorpion's Harpoon. He was just a secret character. But in later games, Trilogy, Ultimate MK3, some of the home versions, then MK4, the home versions, and on, he became more fleshed out, more lore, more moves.
He was kind of like a joke character at start.
Fans will know that in the original timeline, he was Sub-Zero, killed by Scorpion in the first tournament. Quan Chi brought him back to life as this ghostly wraith or revenant.
Quan Chi.
And he was a member of the Brotherhood of the Shadows, and he had his shadow powers. In the new era, things are a bit different. This time, he has been chaos pilled by Havoc.
Shut the front door.
He is a creature of chaos. And so, you know, his power set is very similar. He still has the shadows, the portals, but he's way more of a chaotic cleric of chaos.
Is that why they named him Noob?
True believer
No,
in
he's a
anarchy
joke
instead of
character
the kind
because
of
it's
dark
Boone
arts,
backwards.
stuff.
Right.
And Saibot is
And of
Tobias
course,
backwards.
Play Chaos
Boone
Reigns to
Tobias,
see
the
these
original
things
creators of
and
Mortal
see
Kombat.
How old
Ed Boon and John Tobias.
Not
So he's
well.
kind of just a joke.
Not well.
No.
Not well. All right, so let's do it.
go into his gameplay. Let's start with his normal attacks, which almost every normal attack he has, he uses a shadow.
If you're gonna use it, you might as well use it.
Right,
I mean,
they are a true tag team.
Ooh.
We'll check out his throw. I love that little third strike. I like even his little punches.
Up kick looks pretty fun.
Can you do a sweep again?
Absolutely.
Bam.
Is it necessary?
It's so good.
Really good sweep. Really good. I mean, the uppercut just covers all the airspace
Right.
you need.
And so a couple moves I wanted to go over was his forward one, which is a pretty decent advancing mid. It's pretty quick. He has different variations from it.
Oh yeah, his shadow is what's
back
attacking.
three, which is a low. You can combo into moves. And then lastly, his forward three, which is a pretty quick overhead that splats them down, so you can mix it up.
It's a mega splat, dude. Holy crap.
Like, his shadow in comparison to normal roster shadows are not the same, right? Like it's kind of like this little mystic.
Get a good look at it because it's going to be gameplay relevant.
What?
It's not just badass looking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's go over his special moves because it is extensive. Off the top of my head, I think he may have the biggest list of special moves in the game.
Maybe up there with like Garrett, maybe.
Probably.
That's funny because
so let's start off with the class.
Noob Saibot historically is not a complicated character. Like, he kind of has a pretty friggin' small move list throughout almost every version of him, maybe outside of some goofy shit in the PS2 versions. Like, he's a pretty simple character, and it's like he either does his shit and it's good, or he's just bad, right? Because historically, he's either been really good or kind of just bad and relegated to being like a zoner, you know?
Classic. One of the first
Noob Smoke, maybe a different.
Is his teleport slam.
Okay, so teleport slam.
In, drops them.
Looks decent.
You can do it in the air. EX version will pop them up through a portal. This is a great anti-zoning move, a great mobility tool. You can jump back and do it. You can jump forward. Catch you by surprise very quick. It's pretty much exactly.
They're always threatening from a jumping state.
It's what you expect out of Noob.
Never.
You move, I gotcha.
That move has never tilted me ever.
No, God.
Then let's go over arguably his second most iconic move, the Ghost Ball.
Ooh.
And this is a projectile that's changed many times.
So what does it do
in Life
here?
MK,
Because
and
this
I think
changes all the
might be
time, yeah.
The coolest version yet. So the Ghost Ball is pretty slow, but if it hits or they block it, they get this green chaotic effect on them. And this primes him to detonate it, which is a pop.
He's Ermac?
So, once he's got it on, you can see it last quite a bit of time. At any moment, he can detonate it and then get a full combo.
MKX Ermac shit.
Very cool.
And remember, that's on hit or block that they get primed. He also has an EX version.
Bison chat. No. This is MKX Ermac shit. Everyone's saying, oh, it's Bison. No. This predates Bison by a lot. This is literally his game plan in Mortal Kombat X in one of his variations.
The clone starts summoning it.
Oh, that sneaky clone.
Noob is free to move around, and then any time you can let it go. And remember, on block. So Noob could be doing block strings, setups, knockdown, stuff like that, and the clone is waiting to do it.
And you'll notice the aura lasts a while.
It does last quite a while. Another alternative thing of this is there's an EX version of the detonate that you can cancel as soon as the regular Ghost Ball hits. So you can immediately use it almost like a pop-up projectile.
Shit.
That does take 2 bars, so it's, pretty expensive to use, but it can be pretty effective for your combos. The next move I want to show is a classic, probably like one of the classic MK9 moves, his portal. It goes up, it comes down. It combos. You have a close.
It's been a while since this has been back.
And far version.
Keep them guessing.
And yeah, you got to keep them guessing. And when you have slower projectiles like Noob Saibot, one of the things the opponent's going to want to do is their projectiles, which is going to be dangerous because of the move we showed at the beginning, the teleport.
He gonna grab you. He gonna grab you.
Now, what was another iconic move from previous games like MK9? The
Slide.
running man.
Oh, running man.
And there you go, it's back. He does a ninja run, throws them.
That looks great.
Tackle, and the EX version pops them up. Classic ninja pop-up.
Projectile launcher?
You're about to say it, the slide. Now here's something really neat. Some of his moves, when he uses the clone will go away because it has to return. Look at his shadow. Get a good look at there. When you do the slide, the shadow's actually gone. and when it comes back, that's when it's fully loaded.
So you can't spam it.
Now, some of these moves, if you don't have the clone, will actually change.
Oh.
Without the clone, he does a classic Sub-Zero-like slide.
So you can do a slide.
That's a cool idea.
Exactly. Since his buddy's not there, his pal's tagged out.
Oh, that's cool.
Now you're putting yourself closer to them. You're not.
Yes.
Because the regular, the Noob Saibot slide is almost like a projectile.
Right. Exactly. Let's go over a couple other moves because he has even more like pop-ups and moves. These are the kind of zoning moves. We'll go over some of the up-close moves.
Great.
Down back 3 is this ninja kick where they work together. The EX version pops them up even better.
Reminds me of Rain Kick,
And he can get a
right?
combo. And then he has down back 4, which is the opposite, a low kick. It'll trip them.
That just
The
looks like a
EX is
back
his
4. How
armor.
funny.
So his armor, he's not going to get like a full combo. It's not like the best reward in the world, but you're never going to complain about having a good armor.
You're definitely doing that with a cameo and getting a
And
combo.
that's all of his grounded moves.
What?
About the air?
What about the air?
Well, there's
The suspense.
a lot more because he has multiple different dive kicks. So let's start. He has an air dive kick where he sends out his clone, and you can see this has a
That looks
decent amount
really
of cooldown.
goddamn fast.
This is another one where on cooldown he himself will do a dive kick. He also has a straight dive kick.
You know what I almost wish? I almost wish that you could double charge it, right? Where if you threw clone, there's like a window where you can cancel into the other special. So if you did slide with the clone, you could follow it up with your own slide right after to get like 2 hits or some shit.
It goes straight across the screen.
Cool.
He can do it after jump kicks. He can do it as a preemptive anti-air. And then he has a downward trajectory dive kick. And if you EX it, they are staggered.
That's fucking
for
crazy.
A full combo.
Don't tell me there's more.
There is a major new mechanic that I think really separates this noob from other iterations.
Kind of my favorite thing, actually.
So let's go over Embrace Chaos. Once per match, you may have noticed he has this severed hand on his hip. It's very crazy and chaotic. A severed hand.
Why?
Once per match, he can bring it out, destroy it, yell Embrace Chaos, and now he gains access to a brand new special move. It's a low-hitting, homing projectile that pops the opponent up. Oh, yeah, see, I now can't do it.
Yeah, because you did it
per
once,
match,
right?
You have a certain amount of time. Yeah.
Yes. So he gains access to that move, and that's a tracking move. It's not close, medium, and far. And then all of his shadow special moves gain the ability to throw the opponent into a portal.
That's so
for
cool.
A pop-up. So his slide, regular, non-EX, becomes a pop-up. All of his dive kick moves
Only one-time use?
becomes a pop-up. All those shadow moves now become pop-ups. So he has easily the largest amount of comboable starter moves in the
One
game.
activation,
Throw, obviously, could
it only affects one
But-
move.
Mind blown.
The shadow is not coming back.
What?
For the rest of that round, all of his shadow attack are disabled. So back forward 4 is only just now the regular
That ain't
slide.
worth it.
So you're looking at it as a nuclear option.
Yes, the rest, this string, he can no longer finish it. He
That
has
shit
to
ain't
do
worth
the
it, bro.
shorter version. Look at his uppercut. It's the standard uppercut.
It's really
This
cool,
around, you better.
Look at his sweep.
but unless
It's
you're
the
gonna
regular
kill with
sweep.
it, it's not
So to
worth
be
it.
clear again, once per game, you can use it. It works for that round, and once the timer is done, for the rest of the round, he will not have access to his clone.
But there will be some monster combos if you can get it off
Right.
during that finish.
Gotcha.
So essentially,
It comes back
once
after
per
the
match,
round, so
you
no, it's
decide to
fine.
become kind of
It's
the
usable.
Combo master
If that was
in the
gone for the
game
whole
with the
game,
most
it'd have been a
amount of
problem,
options
but-
and access.
No, it's actually
he is
good.
very, very strong. Screw your neutral. I do what I want. Move, but the price you pay. If it doesn't work, if you don't win, is you're spending the rest of that round.
Yeah, you
in a
lose your shadow for a
significantly
round.
Weaker, lesser state.
And
Not
The
helpless.
losing the shadow part was where I'm like,
no longer have a
ugh.
cool hand on your hip.
That's
okay?
true, and you've lost your good chum, your buddy, and you're lonely.
Right? Oh my goodness. What else we got?
Well, we have a fatal blow.
Yeah.
And his into the attack that leads into it is also very strong. It's a tracking low, so you want to go into it?
Let's do it.
Yeah, it went from like, ugh, to, no, that's usable. in my opinion. It went from something that's like, but then no, you'll actually see it used. He's fine.
Oh, that's one of the best bone crushing.
That was really cool. That was really cool. I almost
That's really
want
cool.
to see it again.
I like
You
it.
want to see it again?
I do.
Tyler?
Yeah,
I very much like it.
Wait a minute here.
Now, did you catch that?
They didn't go anywhere that time.
Cameo Sector has a special fatal blow into where if you hit the R1 button, you will shoot a rocket, so it becomes a projectile fatal blow attack.
And so that works with everybody because it's
Correct,
cameo.
because it's cameo. It's very similar to Motaro's alternate.
Oh,
fatal
so
blow
more
into.
cameo
cool,
projectile or more cameo fatal blow starters.
Very
This has been
excited.
a lot. This has been a lot.
I gotta say, I do want to mention something. When on the 24th, we will have Twitch drops are coming back.
Ooh.
So make sure you watch some streams during that day, and you'll see you'll get some different palettes and whatnot from just watching streamers and whatnot.
Cool.
Make sure you're signed up with that.
I'll be on that.
Most importantly,
Yes, sir.
birthday
importantly-
shout-outs.
Don't forget to pre-order, so you get your pre-order skin.
Yes.
UMK3 Sub-Zero. Let's go.
Second most importantly, birthday shout-outs.
Of
Let's
course.
go. All right.
Sorry, Derek.
Tell me about this timeline of chaos. I refuse to give you any ideas.
I love it. The shadow takes the hit. I'm watching it again. He just walks away. That's actually amazing. Holy shit. He just pieces out slowly. Okay. Hey, Havoc stuff, so I know this character. It's like a good string. Wow. Cool. Wow. Oh, that's whatever the hell that was. That's new. Back 2-2 leads into something wild. Cool. Oh, did they fix that? There was sometimes you would get like a kill moment in the between rounds and it wouldn't give you the slowdown. It would just end. It looks like they fixed it.
Round 2. Fight.
The long ass throws of MK1, you know? Okay. Jinky dink. I'm not really seeing Havoc do anything crazy. Okay, so that has some new wild effect. What the hell is happening? It gave him a buff? What? Head crack gives you a buff now? What? No, they didn't. That throw ender's still like end the round all weird. He can EX the next snap. Wait a minute. Why would you want to do that? That'll literally use all of your bar, right? Neck tether is 2 bars. So you're telling me we're gonna EX next snap and use all of it?
Final round. Fight.
Ooh, going back. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Did he pop the dank hand for that? No, he didn't. Or did he? Did he dank hand pop? He must have dank hand popped, yeah. Whoa! He's fine.
Suffering has been purged. Brutality. Noob Saibot wins.
Okay. Straight up, Noob Saibot's the best looking ninja in the game. Because they didn't like reinvent the wheel. All they did was just add more spokes to the wheel. That's my personal impression here. I don't really like the way Sub-Zero plays. I didn't really like the way Reptile played or Scorpion. To a degree, Ermac was fun if I want to get arthritis. I enjoyed them. As far as like an outsider, like I love the ninjas in MK games. I legit do not like playing them in MK1. I don't like them. Smoke as well. Like, I don't like what they did to Smoke either. Like, really. I played a bit of him and it's just like, you know, I get it. Noob Saibot looks like they did not reinvent the wheel with him. Where they tried to like change everything and like have a new take on the character. No. He feels like classic Noob Saibot with just way more stuff now. Where it's like, all right, so Noob historically is a low move character that sort of gets relegated to either being good or bad. So let's just give him everything. That's exciting because he has all this shit. It's not like so it's Noob Saibot without this. Or it's this character without that, you know, which happens every once in a while. I don't even mention Rain. Dude, Rain's not a ninja anymore. He's a wizard. The ninjas in this are like similar, but switched around enough where they feel odd. So all I'm saying is, from an outsider's perspective, Noob Saibot looks like exactly what I want an MK Ninja to be like. He's kind of like, whoa, this looks like a super juiced version of like MK11/MK9 Noob Saibot, which seems quite fun. I'm feeling a lot better about Noob after seeing that, to be completely honest. I think Sector is still like one of the crazier looking characters. But I think now I was going to play Sector at the start. I'm probably going to try Noob Saibot on day one and see what the hell he plays like. Pretty impressed.